guys, and welcome back to my channel. Among all the shit that's going on in this world right now, I came here today to tell you that I have something completely different for you to focus on in this video. I have an anime review for you again. It's been probably more than half a year since I uploaded the last one, because it was basically before I went to Korea. Oh my god, I went to Korea like 6 months ago. This is crazy. Time just flies. When I was in Korea, funny thing is that I didn't watch as many K-dramas as I watched anime. And so when I was in Busan, I was watching quite a few animes where I thought, oh my gosh, I have to make a review on this one. And The Ancient Magus Bride is one of those anime where I was like, oh, I need to put this on YouTube. This is incredible. That's what I'm doing today, 4 months later. Here we go. As always, we begin with the basics and the plot. So first of all, I knew The Ancient Magus Bride as a manga before the anime actually existed. When I was reading like those test chapters, I was like, wait, this is so good. I bet this will be an anime in the future somewhere. Which happened in October 2017 was the first release of the anime. The manga was published in 2013. It has 24 episodes in total, and the genre mystery, dark fantasy slash just fantasy, shonen, though I think it doesn't matter like if it's more for boys or girls, it's just amazing overall, and romance. Released by Studio Wit. Now comes the content. Chisa Hattori is an orphaned high school student. In the beginning of the anime, she's like 15 years old, whose mother killed herself when she was a child, and whose relatives basically rejected and condemned her after a while of playing the caretakers for her, so after her mother's death. And her social situation is like that for a reason. She has the ability to see and to interact with things that other humans don't see. And later, she finds out that she is a human with special magical abilities called Slave Vega. This was a psychological killer game for her mother and her relatives. After that, she decides to sell herself at an auction with the hope someone would buy her and take her to a place that she could call home again. At the London's auction, she is sold for £5 million to a giant humanoid with an animal skull instead of a head. His name is Elias Einthward. This Magus is whether supposed to fulfill her hopes for a better life that she's desperately longing for, or to make her existence in her new country, Britain, even darker and more shadowful. So, what kind of things happened to her after that? Her supernatural abilities and the life-threatening situations that come with that for her. What people and creatures she meets. What kind of soul sits in this human demon Elias Einthward. The interesting relationship between them two and their development. You have to watch it yourself. Woohoo! Made it! Now that you have a rough idea about the content, I'm gonna tell you what I like about this anime. So I will put out my pro-con list, and I have only one con. So first of all, it's one of a rather new anime, so 2017 is not so long ago. This way the drawing style, typical for many new time anime, is just beautiful, like colorful. The way they draw, like the proportions and how accurate they are, like that's so nice. Like I don't know, just for my eyes, this was like really a masterpiece. Then what concerns the content itself, I really love the characters. Doesn't matter if main character or side character, all of them were just amazing. There was no character that felt unnecessary or annoying. Everyone had their place in the anime and fulfilled their role. There was a really good harmony between like all the characters, I feel. Every character supported the story in a really individual and really nice way. Moreover, the story is interesting and novel. Thinking of it, I can connect this to another point to make it more understandable. The development of the audience's empathy is really amazing, because this really interesting and novel situation, like the relationship between her and the human demon, you still feel like this emotional connection. Literally doesn't give a damn about he and his appearance. I mean that he has a skull instead of a head, that he actually looks really creepy, and a romantic or just a good human relationship in general between them two is just not possible. I mean the difference is just like giant, even like physically. I mean usually when you like Twilight or so, I mean they're still demons and shit, but they still look so handsome, and this goes more to like the Beauty and the Beast maybe. But even here, like in the Beauty and the Beast for example. In the end, he turns out to be a beautiful prince, right? But here, he stays the same even in the end. Still, like, it just feels like this is the way it should be, and it's just like a wow effect a little bit. Another point would be, it's a bit general now, the anime itself is really well composed. So I was talking about the characters, but also like the genre. So everything that I said, I had the perfect amount of each genre. It was not like one genre is taking over too much. Of course, like the fantasy thing, I mean, it's present all the time, right? But the romantic stuff, they included it so well without it being not in the place or something. The harmony between characters and the harmony between the genres and like the type, so included in the story, that was just really good. What I also noticed is that the topic of power and vulnerability is really present and makes you feel this difference. I mean, she is so small, and in the beginning you see how she's so broken, but she's so powerful actually. And he, for example, is like the opposite, and still he has so many weaknesses, like he is not able to feel emotions, but she, because she's so powerful, makes him actually in the end feel or develop those kinds of emotions. Again, balancing out differences and contrast. So the smaller one helps the bigger one kind of in the deepest roots, though on the outside it seems like it's the opposite, that he took her and helped her. Of course it's both, but it's like you don't expect that. I don't want to say too much to that. I can't even tell you everything. You just have to see it and find out yourself what else I could mean. Plus all those throwback stories that happen, especially also towards the end. So the revealing of all the cases, all the character backgrounds of the characters that they meet, side characters that come just for an episode or two, but also like motive characters that appear from time to time, make trouble. I just love it. It's just like it gives you the tension that you need. You have this question like, why is he or she like this, and then you find out like step by step, and you're like even more drawn into this. This is just really nice. And the only negative point is that towards the end I felt that there's a little bit too much of this desperation overall. So the previous situations are just taken on for too long. They're like stretched until the end. I mean, not necessarily the content of a situation itself, but this whole desperate thing that she has to sacrifice herself over and over again. She has this, I have to do this, I will sacrifice myself, I desperately want this, or this has to happen, whatever. Towards the end I felt like, come on, you've done this like so many times already. You like saying this phrase again, so they could have maybe reduced it, or just maybe convert it and wrap it in something else, or put some change into that and not have like the same emotional states. Too much of that a little bit towards the end, but still I like the ending of it and how things finished. That's just like the only thing that was a bit too much for me personally, but maybe some people don't even notice. Of course, reviews are personal. Yeah, and that's it for today, for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. If so, give me a thumbs up. Have you watched this anime already? If so, write something in the comments, what you think about it, or just anything you want to tell me. I really always love to read your comments, to reply to them. I hope you have a great week, a great time, stay healthy, and we see each other next time. Bye bye.